Day 92. We are just starting to get packed up. We've actually been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. We slept pretty well. It was nice and quiet here at this campground. There aren't a lot of people in it. But we've been up since like 4. So now that the sun's out, we're just starting to warm up. Nightcrawler built another fire this morning, so that was nice. We've already had second coffee. It's only like 7 a.m. Anyway, we're getting packed up and we're going to walk back out to the trailhead parking here at Scab Creek to find a hitch into Pinedale, take care of some business. I didn't have any phone service here, but I at least was able to get to like put together like, I don't know, a half dozen or more videos to upload when we get to town. I have some service, hopefully some Wi-Fi, because I think I have the kind of data plan that like they give you fast data up to a point and then they like shut your ass down pretty fast. So hopefully there's Wi-Fi at the lodge and I can take care of the hip belt buckle that's broken, and I feel like I have some other gear issues. I don't know what they are. I definitely have like a funk issue, so I'm super excited to take a shower and do laundry. Oh my God, my feet smell like wet dogs. It's disgusting. And that was after I hit him with a wet wipe. But I only had one spare wet wipe, so I was only able to do a minimal job for maximum nastiness. Anyway, we'll see how long it takes to get a ride. This road that this campground is on ends at the campground. So it's really just like hoping to get somebody coming down from the trail or somebody leaving the campground. But it is Sunday, so hopefully it won't be too long a wait, because I don't remember seeing any trees or cover at the trailhead parking. And yesterday it was pretty hot, so I think once the sun gets out in full force, we'll start roasting. We'll see. Looking forward to Pinedale, though. I've heard it's a really cool town. They have a brewery. That's nice. But mostly I'm just starving. I can't wait to eat something hot and fresh that I didn't have to cook or, you know, isn't made to be shelf stable for eternity. We're at the Scab Creek trailhead, hoping to catch a ride out of here to Pinedale. If we have to wait for a long time, yay. I saw a visitor registry. I don't know if every single person attached to these vehicles has actually signed in on the registration box. Hopefully some of them didn't, because I looked through this entire thing and only one of the visitors registered is planning to exit today. I guess 2. I think they're together though. But also I think the climbers that went by last night in the campground might be leaving today. Who knows? Anyway, there's a little shade here for now, so we can go park over there for a little bit, you know, spend a little bit of time away from the pit toilet for once, because since there's actually shade someplace else. Here's hoping we don't have to wait too long. It's a beautiful day, though. It's not hot yet. Thank goodness. Well, it's a little after 9:30, and we've been sitting at that trailhead for almost an hour, something like that. No action. So we're gonna start heading down this road. There are a couple of other trailheads that start on this road, so theoretically the more trailheads behind us, the more likely someone is to pass us coming down the hill. Hopefully we'll catch a ride soon-ish. It would be nice to eat breakfast. I am so hungry. And I just finished off the last of my peanut M&Ms. So I'm down to only like, oh my gosh, 4 pounds of candy left. Certainly that's not enough to get me through the next hour. Oh, this is the road we're looking at. And we go too much further, we're probably gonna lose trees. Well, we're definitely gonna lose trees. Look at that shit. You can actually see pretty much all the way to Wyoming Highway 353, which is the road that this forest road terminates at. And then we're supposed to take that. I actually think that's Pinedale over there. I don't know, that's either Boulder or Pinedale. 353 goes to Boulder, and then it's 191 north to Pinedale. I messaged a local trail angel named Alex who said to text or message anybody that needed any rides or anything like that. Since we actually were passed by the climbers, but their little car was so full, there was definitely no room for us. They felt bad, but not as bad as us. Damn. That dude yesterday, he's like, yeah, you'll be able to get a ride. He didn't say when. We might have to wait for him to come back. Oh my goodness. We'll get something figured out. I doubt Uber comes up here. They'd probably want like $1 million anyway. Holy smokes. It's so like flat and dry out here. Pinedale's pretty much a straight shot west. If there weren't a bunch of roads between here and there, just be like, yep, fuck it. I'll just walk. Oh, it's after 10:30 now, and since the climbers drove by us, not one other car has passed. So, whatever, Wyoming. We're walking down the forest road. The Wyoming highway is like, I don't know, a little over 6 miles from where we are now. Hopefully, we can catch a ride before then, but if not, on that highway to get into Pinedale. And I was so hoping we were going to be able to get into town earlier with people leaving out from this place on Sunday to get home to wherever they go to be back at work tomorrow. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. Luckily, there's a cool breeze because there's no cover really out here anymore. I'm kind of losing trees as we get lower. But on the other hand, it makes it hard to hear vehicles. Oh, but hey, still got cows. Always, at least we'll always have cows. God, doesn't that sound way more romantic than we'll always have Paris? Well, I've never seen a sign that said that before. No human presence, except for, you know, the traces of human presence. Goodness, this road is depressing. Oh, entering private lands. Yay! Boo. Man, Wyoming has been, this is more like the first half of Wyoming, the Wyoming we remember and are not so fond of. I missed the Cirque already, even though it kicked my ass. Oh my God, my legs aren't nearly as sore as they were, but you know, it still was worth it. So much for a full day of leg rest though. At least it's not a steep downhill, so it's not totally killing my quads. Just a small little bit of death. Slow down. Who are they telling? It's just us out here, apparently. Well, there's another sign I've never seen before. This access to public lands is granted by Vernon A. Rock. Where are you, Vernon, when we need you? It's like being out in the basin again. Oh my God. And we definitely didn't bring enough water with us, which is a bummer because, excuse me, it's a little dry out here. A little dry. I already ate one bug. It was not hydrating whatsoever. Oh my God. So, you know, the Scab Creek Trail, definitely nice. However, if you're gonna choose that route, I definitely recommend you make sure you have some sort of transportation arranged from the trailhead or campground beforehand, because yeah, another 8+ bonus miles to walk to the highway pretty much fucking sucks. Good God, we're never gonna get to town. No, we are. We gotta get to water, we gotta get to town. We have needs. Mostly, I need to eat something. I am so hungry. And it's not like I'm gonna sit out here and whip out the stove. Poor Nightcrawler is so unhappy. Oh my goodness. I've been listening to him rant about how much he hates Wyoming for pretty much since we started walking. Oh my goodness. He's gonna go full metal crawler here anytime. Oh, he's out of pretty much everything. We have one smoke left, but I'm pretty sure he's out. He's out of safety. And I'll tell you what, I hear there's a brewery in Pinedale. I'm definitely gonna stop in for an obligatory pint. Holy crap. Wyoming is definitely, like the sticker says, not for everyone. Thank goodness he has this video to rant to sometimes because, oh my goodness, poor thing. See that dried up pond right there? That's our hopes and dreams of getting to Pinedale in time for breakfast. It's 11:30. Still not one car, except for those climbers just passed us. One car went the other way. Hauling ass too, we had to stop them. Because like they were just flying up the road. Kicking up dust and rocks right down the middle of it. But yeah, other than that, Pinedale's over there somewhere. That's where all of our good things are. All the stuff we do. Now it's windy. Still looking almost hit me in the head. Yay! Hiking. And it's noon. So far, our car count is 2 headed the opposite direction and still only 1 headed our direction. Finally seeing some wildlife, some antelope, but oh my god, man, I wanted to like Wyoming so much, but yeah, I am not feeling this state at all. This is just a drag. Hopefully, oh, there they go. Hi guys. At least seeing some animals, because there's sure no fucking humans out here. Oh my god, I called the gear shop though. Luckily they sell replacement buckles for hip belts, even though they don't have any ULA stuff. And they're open until 8 p.m. And at the rate we're going, we might not get there until 8 fucking p.m. Oh my god. I'm just so irritated that Trail Angel never responded. Apparently there's a shuttle company that's like provides the best shuttles in the area, and also apparently the only shuttles in the area, because I think somebody made a note about them saying that they were charging or trying to charge $160 to shuttle people to a trailhead. What the fuck? That's not gonna happen. I think I see the Wyoming highway up there, a car on it, going the opposite way from the way we're going. Oh my god. So much for our chill day, relaxing and eating in town. Good god, hopefully somebody will come along soon. Or at least, you know, throw us a water bottle or something, as we definitely did not bring enough water for all this bullshit. So, we've walked at least 7 miles of free mileage today. I don't know what Camp Grow is. We didn't see anything else up this road besides the Mountain Springs Ranch. But, you've got your obligatory shot up street sign. Because yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Sweet. This last little stretch to get to the Wyoming Highway 353. I can't even tell if there's been a lot of traffic on it because we're walking south straight into the sun. So since I threw my sunscreen that had the big hole in it out yesterday, I'm pretty much just keeping my head on my shoes Reason 456, I do not like to southbound. You don't ever see anything if you're out in the open like this but your shoes.
Before we hit the road.
Oh my God. We got almost to Highway 353 where we saw 2 cars going our way finally. But we missed them because we weren't there yet. And thank goodness we're walking down the middle of the road. We couldn't even hear because of the wind. This giant truck with 4 dudes in it came up behind us, and thank God they're taking us to Pinedale. I'm gonna die of hunger starvation any minute now. I am so happy with it. Yeah, we walked about 8 miles bonus, but yeah, done and done. Thanks guys from Utah. So this hitch has turned out to be way more awesome than we could have even imagined. This is actually, they're not from Utah, it's a rental truck. They're from Florida and Alabama. Well, at least one's from Florida and one's from Alabama. I'm not sure where the other 2 are from. But anyway, they came out to do, I guess, a 5-day trip in the winds. But they have a bunch of extra meals and fuel that they're going to give us before they take off and fly home. So, yay. Oh my gosh. Oh, and they got us Cokes. I have a Coke and a smile. Yay. Okay, remember how shitty this morning was? And we were very, very unhappy? Well, we got into Pinedale, and the foursome from Alabama and Florida, oh my God, they hooked us up with so many meals and a ton of fuel. And oh my gosh, I even got instant grits. I'm super excited.
Gross.
You got sardines, whatever. Anyway, they dropped us off at the Great Outdoors Shop, which was perfect because that was exactly where I needed to go to get my hip belt buckle replaced. And holy crap, with tax, replacing the buckle on my hip belt, $187 bitches, because we are now killing this day. $1.87, no fuss, no muss. The chick at the shop even put it on for me while I was talking to Dustbuster. We met Dustbuster and Elevator. They're also northbound, but they got out at Green River. It was nice to meet some other northbounders though. Anyway, we're gonna find our place and drop all this stuff off and find some food. So it's almost 8:30 and we're in Pinedale at the Gannett Peak Lodge. It's a cute place. It's nice. It's been an interesting time here. They did do our laundry, which was fantastic. We're in the inner courtyard. There were some issues with my reservation, as in they didn't actually take it. So luckily they still had room when we got here. But yeah, the Wi-Fi is super slow. I just spent 5 hours trying to upload 1 half-hour long video. So that's annoying, but whatever. We went to the Corral Bar, and oh my gosh, we met an interesting crew of people over there. It was actually super fun. Pizza is delicious. Oh my God. Ask for Kathy. She makes amazing pizzas. So yeah, we definitely had dinner, and we will have lunch and probably dinner for tomorrow as well. But yeah, so that's basically been today in Pinedale. We didn't get the shopping done, but everything else we got cleaned up. I got a shower, got to wash my hair, and we ate twice. We didn't do the shopping or the mail. It's Sunday. Just did the shopping enough for today. Other than that, though, basically it's just going to be setting an alarm or trying to like wake up every few hours because I have 8 more videos I need to upload because I only have 1 video scheduled left, which only covers like 2 days from now. So that's stressful, whatever. Anyway, hopefully get some good sleep and rest up. My legs don't hurt as bad as they did, so that's good. Other than that, Golden Boy here found some great pants he enjoyed wearing, so I think we're gonna send them home.
Oh yeah.
Yes, let crawler be crawler. Oh my God, it's super hot in here. So yeah, that's been the day. And tomorrow, hopefully we can take care of business, and we'll probably end up having to stay back at the campground again tomorrow evening because we still have an awful lot to do, and we just got here late and tired and exhausted and really, really hungry. And I haven't been able to do anything with my phone all day other than try to upload one damn video. So whatever. That's apparently how YouTube video life works. Still getting used to that. Anyway, good night. See you tomorrow. Day 93. It's like actually halfway, almost all the way through day 93. Mostly it's been like doing bitch work today. Still in Pinedale. Ooh, this place is cute. We're getting mailers ready for, I basically went through the next 500 miles of trail to figure out where to send boxes, because there aren't a lot of resupply options in that stretch that are close to trail, and the places that are close to trail tend to just have like convenience stores, so we're basically having to shop for most of it. And so we are on our way to the Family Dollar to get the cheapie shopping, as much cheapie shopping as we could. This is the church that used to let hikers stay until apparently some douchebags ruined it for us. So unfortunately, we had to stay in the motel again tonight, but luckily, thanks to my mom, who sponsored our evening stay, we're not out of pocket for this. Thank goodness, because our TED Talk trip cost a lot more than we were expecting. And you know, TED Talk speakers or TED speakers don't get paid. It's part of the TED thing. So all of the expenses related to the travel to and from the trail, we ate. And but since it's such a worthwhile thing, we were happy to do it. But it does mean that the rest of the trail is going to have to be done as economically as possible. And that basically means sending ourselves a bunch of food up trail that we're probably not going to want to eat by the time we get to it. At any rate, oh, that's a nice park. We haven't been to this side of town yet. We haven't really been further than like 2 blocks away from the motel yet. We're on our way to the Family Dollar, wherever the hell that is, to get as much shopping done there as we possibly can. The post office, pick up boxes, and then start packing stuff up. Good day though. I keep forgetting to film today, but it's mostly because nothing exciting is happening. Just a lot of sorting and box planning and logistics and whatever. Anyway, we just hit the grocery store here. Is actually really good in Pinedale. They had everything that we needed that we couldn't get at the dollar store, which is nice. And anyway, we ran into 3 hikers, southbound hikers at the grocery store, so that was cool. One of them at home I met on the PCT in 15. I remember him from Snoqualmie Pass. He didn't look that much different. And his girl Spice Rack, and then we met a dude named Terminator. So it is kind of like reassuring to be running into other hikers still, even if they are southbounders, because now the southbounders we're seeing are actually kind of worried about getting through the snow they may be staying in Colorado as well. So, you know, everybody's just kind of like, a little bit of panic, a lot of walking. Anyway, we're gonna go throw this stuff down and go grab a burrito or something cheap, something delicious. So while we're in the middle of resupply hell, we've decided to go full Navi. Some of us are scarier than others. Day 94. Holy crap. We finally got all our shit mailed out to various locations along the next, 300 or 400 miles or so of the trail. And, wow, stressful having to do all that. Inexpensive, but cheaper than trying to buy it or go to towns. Less time consuming, later, stressful now. But we're done with all that shit. we're gonna go eat some breakfast now that it's almost noon. But yeah, breakfast, pick up our packs, and Forrest at the Gannett Peak Lodge, he's so cool. He totally hooked us up. He even gave us cardboard and a Sharpie to make a hitchhiking sign. Like, really cool dude. So it's been a very productive stay here. My phone's mostly been held hostage by uploading YouTube videos, but at least I'm covered, or will be by the time we leave here, for the next couple of weeks and not have to worry about that. So yeah, breakfast, and then get our asses back to the trail and the woods where we belong. Breakfast success at the Wrangler Cafe. Oh my God, this place was, we ate a heart and soul yesterday because it was right around the corner from the motel. This is all the way on the other end of town, which makes it sound like it's really far, but it's not. Oh my God, that place was delicious and good prices. Definitely ate too much. Anyway, picking up a last couple of sundry items, and then we're gonna head to the gear store and see if we can find anyone who's headed our direction before we go out and straight up try and hitch a ride on the side of the road. Oh, wish us luck. Well, all right, it's noon, chores done, breakfast, well, I guess it's like brunch eaten, and we are back at the Gannett Peak Lodge to just sit for a minute before we try and get our way back out to the campground and trail. We're sitting in the designated smoking area that they have prepared for us at the Gannett Peak Lodge. It is a splintery wooden bench that's actually placed on wood mulch and a smoke stick, which my mom said looks like a butthole. She's
technically it is.
Yeah, it is a hole for butts. Yeah, so this is the designated smoking area. It's kind of my, at least right now it's in the shade. We can sit here for a minute and collect our thoughts and prayers before before we collect our heavy ass packs with 6 days worth of food and supplies to get us to Brooks Lake Lodge, which is our next stop. They're not actually open. Those people are amazing. I haven't even met them yet, and I already think they're fantastic. They had a fire earlier in the season, so they're not even open to the public, but they are still accepting CDT hiker packages because they are awesome. So looking forward to meeting them. We'll see how that goes, but in the meantime, we're just gonna stay here for a minute and do a few last things on the phone while we still have reliable service, and then make our way down the road with our very, very fancy hitchhiking sign. See what happens. So that was Dave the archaeologist. Oh my God, this was like the coolest dude ever. So awesome running into him. He gave us tons of great information about the winds. He explained to us about the license plates. Oh, he also told us about some issues with some public lands in BLM trying to lease off some local hills that are known Indian burial grounds to oil and gas interests so that they can do some exploratory drilling, you know, and probably closing those lands off to the public and also desecrating Indian burial sites. None of which is cool, but oh my God, we ran into him like we were on the corner in Pinedale. And he I could see him, you know, considering whether or not he was going to pick us up, and he just kind of like shrugged, pulled over. He drove us all the way back to where we camped before we went into Pinedale. We were thinking we were going to have to be out there for a while trying to hitch. It's not even 2 o'clock yet, and we're back at this campground. Unfortunately, though, the hike back up to the trail, and we are going to take a little bit different route back to the CDT. We're going to take a little bit. Once we go in on Scab Creek, we're going to do the Highline Trail instead of going all the way back to the CDT. Just get a little different view, because we're thinking at this rate, we'll probably do the entire trail again anyway, so might as well get a little bit more into the winds and explore a little different area from the actual trail. But the hike back in is steep, and because it's late in the afternoon, fully exposed, and it do be hot out here. So we're gonna stay. I see that our tent pad clearing is still pretty much entirely clean and intact. The skull and rotting bone pieces that were here before are still present. So man, this has turned out to be an incredibly great day. Now all I have to do is wait for the shade to come and hit this table. But other than that, this campground has everything we need. It has potable water, it has a bathroom, it is free, and we've pre-cleared ourselves a site, so good to go. So we've just been hanging out at the campsite. Actually, Crawler went up the hill because I thought there might be better service up there, and there is. So he's up there playing video games. I came down because it's not really comfortable. It's definitely the designated shitter for the elk. But yeah, so I came down to like lay on the bench and kick back since it's in the shade now. I'm just laying there reading Kindle since I don't really have service here. And a fucking wasp or hornet just stung me in the knee. Damn it. Right there. Hopefully it doesn't get all crazy swollen. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been stung by a wasp before. I don't know. It definitely hurts. But they don't leave the stingers in you, I guess. I don't know, because they don't die. They can just sting you as much as they want. It just looked like it was just like biting and feeding on my leg. What the hell? Yeah, it's already starting to swell. Damn. Oh well, I got Benadryl, hopefully. I got a lot of Benadryl. Hopefully that'll keep it in check. And we're back. The same place we were the other day. Woo. The tent pad was still cleaned out. There hasn't been anybody in this site since we left it, which is nice. So we didn't have to do a lot of cleaning to put the tent back down because this gravel they put in these sites is like all sharp and whatnot as pad poppers. So that ain't good. We had a dinner of pad thai with chicken from Backpacker's Pantry that one of the dudes that hitched us into Pinedale hooked us up with. Oh my God, those guys helped us so much. I mean, they saved us so much money, and it was just, oh my God, I can't even believe how many dinners they hooked us up with. It saved us a ton of cash, which is definitely needed at this point, you know, considering the fact that we had to spend an extra day in town because it took us so long to get there. Nice. We'll flash for food. Nice. And, you know, whatever else. More calories, though, please. More calories. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. That happens when he does that. I'm like, what was I doing? Yeah, we're back. He built a fire. He's so good at that. And we're going to get up early, right? We're getting up early so we can head up that hill before the sun hits it. It's south exposure, so in the morning it should be shady and cool. And so we can get the worst part of the climb out of the way when we're still buzzing from caffeine highs and it's, you know, you're still a little bit foggy from just waking up too. So glad to be in the woods again and trail proximate. I can't wait to start walking again. It'll be probably, it's like 120 miles to Brooks Lake Lodge, which is our next stop. And we mailed ourselves a full resupply there because there's no services. They're just taking hiker packages, even though they're currently closed to the public because of a fire they suffered earlier in the season. So which is really amazing of them to still do that for us. I mean, that's pretty stand up. So yeah, early start to the morning, but for the evening, we just get to relax, let go of all the stress from being in town and dealing with all of the logistics of trying to plan out the next 500 miles of trail to do it as cheaply and quickly as possible because time is now of the essence. The days are definitely getting shorter. The sun's definitely getting lower. And it's definitely getting colder. It was cold last night down in town, and it's only like a little over 7,000 feet down there. And we're about to go back up to almost 10 and over again. So, yeah, winter is coming, and we need to get this trail done. We still have a long way to go. So, nothing to do but do it. Day 95. Woohoo! We are walking in nature. On a road, but you know, nature adjacent, nature is all around us. Very exciting. We are departing the camera. It's about 7:15, making our way back to the Highline Trail to get to the Scab Creek Trail. So it sounds like driving on California freeways. we're gonna go hit like the Highline Trail to like the Scab Creek Trail to like get back to where we're supposed to be. Except we're not gonna go back to the CDT all the way. We're gonna take actually I think it's called the Highline Trail up there too, which is a parallel alternate, because we figured since we're gonna come back and do this trail again at some point, because it'll be virtually an entirely different trail next time, we might as well see different stuff. So we're gonna take the, I do believe it is the Highline Trail that we catch again, and that ultimately terminates back on the Fremont Trail, which is in this part of Wyoming in the winds, the actual CDT. So we'll see how far we get. I think it's probably around, I don't know, 10 miles, maybe less, from the trailhead to the turn to the Highline Trail. Well, we just want to get up this initial climb before the sun gets to the hill. That should not be a problem because it's south facing. And it wouldn't be a problem because it's cold. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens today. Nice to be back out walking again, though. It's about 9:20. I'm back at that no-name lake we got like our last big water from, or the last water we got from before we hit that horseshit stream close to the campground. Oh, I feel so much better today. I got up about 1,200 feet, like 94.7. Still have a little more climbing to do to get back to the Highline Trail. But it's been a couple of hours. I haven't really taken a break yet. And I was almost out of water, so I stopped here. Feels really good to kind of like hike. Decided to hike my style this morning, which is pretty much just go and cruise at a speed and pace and stride that I can sustain comfortably for at least 2 hours or until I run out of water. And this was timed about perfectly. Just over 2 hours and right out water, which was perfect. Oh man, I smell berries. It smells like blueberries or huckleberries, but I haven't seen any ripe ones yet. Saw some cane berries and some thimbleberries earlier as well. But oh my God, they just smell so luscious. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to happen upon a patch of those delicious antioxidant and nutrition morsels. We were just talking this morning, like last night actually, we wished we had gone and like maybe picked up some things to cook, but we didn't have any idea how long this hitch was going to take back. We had no idea we would luck out so much with Dave, the archaeologist, because man, we haven't eaten anything healthy in so long. But yeah, so smelling the berries, can't wait to get into them. Here it comes. So we're here at Lightning Lakes, and we actually ran back into Jim, the guy that told us about this route off the trail the other day to start with. That was a fantastic surprise. Dude, that guy is so cool. Apparently he's an artist. He has a website called thisintothat.com. And he gave us some extra food, which is awesome because we were both a little concerned about whether or not we'd have enough for this run. I know my pack is definitely a little terrifyingly light for a potentially 6-day run. And I was definitely worried about food, probably because I didn't bring 6 pounds of candy this time. But anyway, he hooked us up with a meal and some little snicks and snacks, which was awesome. And he's just a fascinating person, a fountain of knowledge. We talked about, he lives in the Bay Area, so we're planning on getting hooked up with him and getting back in touch with him when we go to see my mom up in Santa in the East Bay. And he does some trail work up there, has a trail group, plant guru buddy that I can't wait to meet because, I'm like all into the plants and everything. He even actually showed me, he was like, this plant has a leaf very similar to a huckleberry or a blueberry, and but it has berries on it. I don't see any right here, but the berries on it are red. They're like red wine colored. And so I wasn't sure if they were edible, but apparently they are. So I can't wait to go find some. I'm not actually seeing any. Nightcrawler tried one. He said that they were really good. They're really small, but they're red, and apparently they are edible. And I guess that's what I've been smelling, because I've been smelling what I thought was huckleberries, but I guess it's these, and they're ready to go. So yay! I'm gonna get started on that fresh berry foraging ASAP. But anyway, what a nice stop. We weren't planning on stopping here. We were going to have second coffee up at Dream Lake, which is where the cutoff to the Highline Trail is. Although I think we're actually just going to go ahead, because it is the shortest route back to the CDT. We're going to go ahead and make that, get back on our trail, because even though the Highline Trail looks really nice, it is a little bit longer, and we are kind of pressed for time. So I think it's probably a better idea to just take the shorter route. But anyway, great stop, and so nice to run into him again, and really appreciative for the food, and looking forward to getting back in touch with him in the fall when we're done with all of this, walking around the woods and whatnot. Well, yay! Finally getting back up into the mountains, and it's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, warm though, and the sun. Gotta find a place to have second coffee. We would have been here earlier, but we spent a long time talking to Jim, which was fine because that dude's awesome. So, but in the meantime, we are hungry. Crawler's hungry. Gotta feed that boy. I'm gonna sit down here if we can find some place with some shade and have second coffee. And we're almost back. We're almost back to the trail. Woohoo! We had a nice lunch and break here on South Fork Creek. There's a fat ass little marmot over there on that rock, just chilling out, sunbathing. It's really nice in the shade. It's warm in the sun. Just put on more sunscreen. But we're almost back to the trail. The mountains up. Yay, mountains! It's almost 2 o'clock. We'll see how much further we get today. Definitely feeling so much better and stronger today than when we bugged out to Pinedale. And the hip belt buckle is working great. Man, the people at Great Outdoor Sports in Pinedale hooked me up. I still can't believe they were able to hook me up with a hip belt buckle, which is what broke, for my ULA pack. They don't even carry ULA, but they have a big selection of hip belt buckles of all different sizes. And they were able to just replace that one piece. I thought it was going to be a way bigger pain in the ass to get that handled than it actually was. It was like less than 10 minutes. She even put it on for me. $1.87. That's awesome. Great Outdoor Sports in Pinedale, Wyoming. They're super cool in there too. Really friendly, nice people. So that was a good stop. But it's been a pretty chill day today so far. Pretty easy cruising, especially now that we've already done the biggest part of the climb getting up here. We do have Hats Pass coming up, so obviously there's more climbing to go, but that's just sort of the way it is. I just keep thinking it's just going to be uphill all the way to Canada, and that makes me feel a little less bad. Well, all right, we made it back to the CDT, finally. The little short spur that I thought was going to take us a little bit up the trail didn't exist. It's funny because it's on Gut Hook and Gaia, but whatever, it's all good. Dream Lake, popular place to tent apparently. That's where Jim stayed. And now that we're back home. We'll see how far we get the rest of the day. It's pretty easy getting back. Definitely recommend that Scab Creek Trail, but definitely also recommend you have transportation prearranged. Up on Sandpoint Lake. Ooh, so many lakes up here back in the winds. Jim said the fishing back here was incredible. I mean, we've seen tons of people out here to fish. Oh, damn, they have a sandy beach. What? Oh my goodness, it's like a sand dune. This is gorgeous. Well, that makes sense. It's called Sand Point Lake. Heh. Oh, super classy. Foiled again. Super nice trail today. Just chill. You know, getting back, that initial climb was definitely a little wake-up call, but it was good to just like get everything stretched out. I feel great. This is cool. This must be the Sand Point, because it looks like the rest of the lake is pretty normal in terms of border. Very pretty. Man, looking forward to going back to see John, the dude that helped us out, getting us from Espanola to east of Albuquerque. Apparently he's an avid fisherman, and neither of us knows how to fish. But I sure would like to learn. You know, man, because so many people have asked us if we supplement our diet with fish out here. Well, no, it'd be nice. But yeah, the energy we would expend with our zero knowledge of how to do it, trying to catch one, probably would be not worthwhile. Although the protein would be nice. Anyway, it's nice to be back up in the high country again, in the back country. We've only seen, besides Jim, a couple other people and a dog today. A nice quiet day in the winds. This is Halls Creek. It's really nice. It's a super wide creek. Apparently, this was like the creek crossing that most people were getting real wet on. Theoretically, you can kind of pebble stomp it across and not get entirely wet, but whatever, I slipped. It happens. Anyway, this is where I wanted to stop for the next break, because I figured my feet might get wet here. So, unfortunately, there's no cover right down in the water. That's a drag. But anyway, we're gonna go up into the trees and have a little sit. Hi! So we took a nice break here, just north of Halls Creek, which is that way, with a nice overlook of this probably unnamed lake because it's small. Anyway, we've been climbing pretty much all day. To get back up to the trail was a climb, and then since we've been on the trail, it's mostly been cruiser, but now we have a climb in front of us, and then we have Hats Pass coming up, which is definitely a climb. So we're just gonna go about another almost 5.5 miles to August Lake, find a place to camp there, because that's pretty much like the last nice lake before Hats Pass. So we can do that tomorrow morning on fresh legs, you know, and stop the madness for a while. Plus, if we went up Hats Pass, there wouldn't be water. We'd have to get up and over at Hats Pass. Is still 8 miles away. I don't think either of us is in the mood for that. It's already after, 4:30 or something like that. So, we'll still have got in over 20 trail miles and netted almost 10 CDT miles. Oh my God. Well, we're gaining on it. Anyway, once like the constant up is over, I think trailing will go a lot faster and a lot easier. Oh, August Lake, here we come. Looks like there's some pretty places to camp there. Can't wait to check it out. Look at the nice views you get when you're trying to get cell service. Unfortunately, it's stupid windy up here, but I do have a little bit of LTE, so I can at least check in. But obviously, I'm not going to linger here long. Look at the mountains, beautiful lakes. The winds are just gorgeous. It's so crazy, like within the last couple of days, it seems like it's so much drier out here now than it was when we were just out here a couple of days ago. What a difference a day makes. but beautiful nonetheless. I think we just passed the spur to Lake Isabella Trail. You can see it over there. But really pretty lake. This is just beautiful up here. Just wanted to share it with you. I don't really have any other commentary to add. I guess we just ran into a few other fisher guys. Oh man, one of them had a bamboo pole. It was super long, but I bet that thing is light. It just looked like super thin, hollow bamboo. That wouldn't be too horrible to carry. Although I guess those Tenkara fly fishing rods are the lightweight ones to carry if you're going on a long trail. They're the lightest. I don't know shit about fishing, so don't take my word for it. Anyway, that's just what I've heard. But beautiful lake. Beautiful lake. All right, well, we are gaining on it. Our destination for this evening is August Pass. I'm guessing it's like a little bit uphill on the way to Hat Pass. This part of the trail, though, pretty much sucks. Oh my gosh, it's like either super dusty or it's very slippery rock. It's a little frustrating. The dust I don't mind so much, but I don't like walking behind Nightcrawler because he's like fucking Pigpen. But when I'm in front of him, so am I. It's just a dusty ass trail. There's really no getting around it. So whoever's behind is getting dusted. So whenever he's in front of me, which he is most of the time, I just hold back several steps so I don't have to take a Claritin and I'm not blowing as many brown snot rockets. You know, I still definitely blew plenty of snot rockets, but I like to keep that shit clear, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, whenever he's in front of me, I just let him go up a little bit because I don't want to deal with that shit. And then there's this shit. And we're walking through all these areas where there's no rocks anywhere except for on the trail. It's so annoying. So yeah, it's slippery, slower going, harder to get a good pace going. And frankly, I'm just walking off trail a lot because it's almost more safer and definitely less dusty than walking on it. So that's a drag. At any rate, I am starving like Marvin. The idea is to get to August Lake, pitch up a tent, and get some dinner. Oh my God. We're gonna have to speed up the pace or do some more miles. Actually, not speed up the pace, just getting a little bit more miles per day. But today really was climbing virtually all day long. So not too shabby considering the fact that we've actually pretty much just been climbing since we got back on trail, except for a couple of gnarly, sketchy downhills on the passes and the Stirk. Other than that, the trail has mostly been up or flat, except for the bonus miles to get out to Pinedale. So it'll be nice to like get to some more cruiser terrain and not shit where I'm worried about eating it all the time. You know, and like we can actually make some miles because we still got a long ass way to go. And yeah, definitely excited about completing this trail. Because right now, frankly, I'm not really feeling it. And the Stirk was beautiful. And everyone was like, oh my God, the winds are gonna blow your mind. Well, we in the winds, and they're pretty, you know, there's the granite mountains, but there's nothing compared to what the Stirk was. So, I mean, the Sierra granite, they're beautiful. I love those mountains so much. Yeah, this has been nice, but like many things on the CDT, it's just like goes on a little bit too long. So you just get weary of it. Anyway, I'm weary in general. Actually, I feel really good. I am just fucking starving and a little bit stressed that I'm not gonna have enough food to get me to Brooks Lake Lodge. because I feel like I'm eating through what I've got at a faster rate than I should. And that's a little scary. So it's either gonna have to be do more miles per day to get there faster or not eat so much, which I doubt is an option. So this is Boulder Creek, aptly named, as evidenced by all of the surrounding boulders. Tried to cross on stones, but those rocks are stupid slippery. So, of course, about a half mile away from where we're supposed to camp for the evening, my shoes and socks are soaked. Also, we're not really sure where the trail is. Good times on the CDT. All right, we were gonna go to August Lake, but it's way smaller than this lake, which is North Fork Lake. And look at this, it's beautiful. Lots of little islands. Yep, and no rocks. That's about 20 to 7. We're quitting a little early today, but it's been a long ass uphill kind of day. And this is a pretty spot. Looks like the bark beetle. I cut off the last video because I started having a coughing fit. So I was just like, cut, stop the train. Like all these granite boulders are crazy, but it looks like the bark beetle got up in here and took out a ton of them, especially over there. Damn, that looks pretty wrecked. But oh my goodness, this lake itself, it looks like it was up a lot higher, or it's usually up a lot higher. I don't know if that was this year or not, but you can see the brown line on the rocks, the high water level. So it's already getting lowish, I guess. I don't know if that's for the season or it was just unusually high this year, but damn, really pretty lake. Nice spot. Got my shoes on this rock to dry. We got our charging station. I'm trying to air my socks out and get them a little dry before I start getting wet feet in the tent. And I do my sight whispering and wander around the spot and figure out the best place to pitch. Obviously, we want to like have a nice view of the lake. So yeah, I found a spot. I know what's up. It's all good. And then we're gonna eat a big ass dinner. Yay! And I'm gonna have some Oreo cookies for dessert. This is very exciting news. Well, unfortunately, while we were setting up the tent, while I was putting together the front legs, I broke the pole this time, like trying to just put them together. Another spiral-ish type break, or like a parallel break down the side of the bottom leg. The exact same pole that broke last time. Very similar type break. I don't know if it's the same one they sent me as a replacement because these like actually flip over. So sometimes the broken one will be on this side. Sometimes it'll be on that side. I'd have to just like actually like really look at them and see, well, how many scratches does this one have? How many scratches does that one have? But that's some bullshit. I mean, it's going to be a long time before I'm able to get that replaced. We're in the middle of nowhere, and we're going to be for quite a long time more. They still never have gotten back to me about, you know, fixing the tent body because all the tent body loaners they had were already out with other thru hikers. So, yeah, more Nemo issues.
Fuck Nemo.
It's been a while, but, you know, it's like the gift that keeps on giving with this tent. I would have got my, picked up my copper spur when we were back in California, but that's only a one-person tent, and we definitely not fitting in that one, both of us. This one's tight enough, so we're just gonna have to limp this one along for a while. But next through hike, definitely gonna go with something a little more, I don't know, something a little more sturdy. And the regular Nemo Hornet, I had that last year. I had the one person that I carried last year for, I don't know, over 2,000 miles last year of hiking all over the south and then the east coast. And I didn't have any problems with the poles. I could definitely tell where the mesh was gonna fail, but I don't think it failed like it did on ours, on the tension points on the poles where the tent body attaches to the poles and it pulls the mesh apart on the bug net. So, but I mean, like the mesh itself is definitely like less, it's lighter weight, I think, but less quality than the Big Agnes ones. I kind of missed my Big Agnes. I like the copper spur. I like the Fly Creek too because it's lighter, but that front entry, ugh, hate front entry. So I guess it's going to be time to investigate new tents again because we're not doing this shit again. So I'm taking a brief intermission between my first and second courses of dinner. We had a Mountain House beef stew. It was, I don't usually like beef stew, but it didn't really taste beef stewy, so it was actually not too bad. The only thing that sucked about it was that it was only 250 calories for each of us or so. So that's not enough, especially not for dinner. That's like usually our biggest meal. So now I never did eat breakfast this morning. I've just been kind of snacking. And then, I had a peanut butter or a vanilla almond butter tortilla for lunch. And I've had a couple cheese sticks. So I'm actually having breakfast now for my second course to at least top off on the beef stew. Ooh, and I had an Oreo. They're still intact. Yay. But it's really only the first day, so that's not that big of an achievement. I'm shooting this way because the view is out that way. Not that view. The lake view. Well, that's not a bad view either.
Mm-hmm.
You have views to choose from. Me, not so much. All I can see is a big head. Anyway. Yeah, other than that, oh my gosh, everything has holes in it. My sock has a hole in it. My shoes are falling apart. Oh, yeah, they have a hole on the inside. What else? Oh, my zipper. Man, I got gear issues. The tent pole breaking. And we are so far away, not only from anything resembling an ability to actually replace any of these things, but also the end of this trail. Good God. I hope my shit makes it. But whatever. That'll be future SuperClassy's problem. In the meantime, second dinner or first breakfast, whichever you choose. And then after that, it's lights out. I'm tired. It was climbing all day. I hope tomorrow is a little bit less climby. Yes, climby night.